So I've got fish and chips on a butty. So let's go for that. Right, okay, we're at the Golden Fillet and Clacton-on-Sea, and this was a recommendation by you. We're over at the library. There's a car park at the back of here, and we're on a grass verge at the back here, just at the back of the car park. My wife's got a halloumi burger. She's sat in the cab with that out of the way. Oh, I've got to go for this straight off. This is their large cod. Oh, we've got a bit of skin on. I have no problem with skin on. I find that the juices and the oils, the fats in the skin permeate the rest of the meat and really make a difference. That looks good, so good. In fact, I'm putting it on my plate. Let's break it open for the camera here. Oh, nice crispness. It's not going to tear apart too easy because of that skin on it. Let's have a little look. That looks fantastic. Let's give it a bite. Straight off the bat, I'm a member of the National Federation of Fish Fryers who inspect these places as part of the membership. They inspect these places just to check out the hygiene, where they're getting their food from, which is MSC certified. So it's all really fantastic food in there. That lovely crispy batter, and it's thin too. What else have we got going on in here? What's that? That must be the chips. Put the bag there. Battered sausage. We've got mushy peas. We've got barm cake, a bread cake. I'm going to pour the chips over it. Look at them chips. How's that looking? Absolutely fantastic. Let's give them a try. They are good chips. It's won some local awards, which is always good. Chippy of the year in Clacton here. That's excellent. I'm just going to break a bit of this fish off and I'm going to go and give it to my wife. Now then, what I wanted to try, and I've been itching to try this stuff because I got a care pack, didn't I, from Stokes. You've seen it on the Facebook group. All kinds of sauces. And I got a big bag of sachets too, because I expressed that I did like them. Now, you know I'm not sponsored by anyone at this point. Wouldn't it be nice? So I've no sponsors. I'm not being paid to do this, but I've been wanting to try this habanero chili mayonnaise. Well, I like mayonnaise on my chips. I like fish with mayonnaise on occasion, and that's the way I'm going to have this now. I'm going to put that fish on there. I'm going to put a couple of chips on. So I've got fish and chips on a butty. Ooh. Now that smells nice. It almost looks cheesy, that, doesn't it? I'm going to put a load of that on. I know it says habanero, which is quite a spicy chili, and I'm going to put the top on. So let's go for that. That is fantastic. As you know, I was brought up in Australia. I was born in Salford, a block of flats. We had a saying over there, you know, when you people say, yeah, it's cool, or I feel good, or whatnot. Well, for Stokes Sauces, I'm stoked. That's fantastic. That's got a lovely little kick. Lovely. Not too much. Right then, leave that for a second. I'm going to go for their battered sausage. Sucker for a battered sausage. And how crispy Does that look? Let's move my butty out of the way. My fish and chip butty. Oh, that's got a crunch to it. Bet you want some of this though, don't you? That's a lovely batter. It's a lovely sausage, actually. It's kind of got a little sweetness to it. It can be so hard to do a battered sausage. I've said this before, some people will have the sausages cooked already in the range. We'll dip them in batter, they're already cooked, dip them in batter to order and serve them up like that. Others will sort of lightly pre-cook them and then batter them. So they've not actually turned brown yet. And then others will try to cook them from scratch with an uncooked sausage in the batter. But again, it can be really hard to get the batter to stick in any of them scenarios. So when you do find one, like this one, let's go with these peas. How's that looking? Looking pretty good. Oh, they are good. Look at that. Look at that. People say to me, it doesn't matter if you can stand a fork in it. And that's true, because I've had some fantastic mushy peas that have been really quite fluid. But then I've had some really thick ones that I've binned. But I'm not binning these. Let's get a bit on my sausage. Right. Okay. Back to the computer. Right, what we've got here is, on Google, we've got fish and chips, Holland-on-Sea, and then the golden fillet. But the shop is actually known as the golden fillet or golden fillet. So that can be a bit confusing, but you'll get it. You'll find it. 1 star. Spent over £20 and the portion size are tiny. Because I think they weren't able to load a photograph of their tiny portion. But not giving me the option to. Response from the owner. Sorry you were not happy with your order. I would like to look into this for you. All of our fish is weighed to ensure consistency. They also go on just to leave the email address for them to contact them to get a refund and to maybe send the photograph that they weren't able to send on something else, maybe on Google. 3 star. We used to get fish and chips here every week and really enjoyed it. And the fish is really nice, but sometimes it's mostly batter and hardly any fish. 5 star. Came across the golden fillet by accident. Now more than happy to drive from Colchester to get a fish and chips fix from here. They won the area's Best Chippy Award for good reason. Fish is perfectly cooked fresh to order and the chips are great. Once we have our perfectly cooked order, we make a dash to the seafront to eat them. Don't leave them sweating in their wrapping. Eat them while still at their best. Mine, 5 star. Walking towards the shop, it was immediately evident that this was a popular chippy. On entering, the shop felt large and inviting, with staff who appeared happy and friendly. I opted for the large cod and small chips, which paired perfectly. Fresh, chunky cod was encased in a delicious, light batter and was crispy and not in any way stuck to the fish inside. And it still held its moisture. It really did. It was delicious. The chips were thick and crisp, with a delicate texture and soft, flavoursome potato centre. The mushy peas were just how I liked, thick and plentiful. The battered sausage, I have to say, was a real highlight. Meaty as expected, but with that light, fluffy, crispy batter, it was even more enjoyable. Cooking in oil, cash or card, hygiene rating 4, fish reviewed, large cod. See you on the next one.